think I keep my mobile here because I can't hold it in my hand and talk. Okay. Good evening. Thank you all for this wonderful opportunity and uh, uh, showing the trust on me to present this. I'm really grateful for this. And
Your video
I
is
would
off.
like to now, pardon me?
Your video is off. Video, you need to switch on
Yeah,
your
my
video.
video is off, but if I keep my video on, I have to hold the video on to my
Okay,
hand
as you
and
wish,
then
as you wish. All right. Okay.
is that okay? It's okay.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
So I just say, see the message which I really want to take. Before that, I would like to just say like this. While watching movies or reading books, usually we see characters remembering everything about their lives. And but in reality, it is not at all like that. Like we forget the names of people we just met. We throat like we'll say, "Oh, I know the name, but I'm not able to get it." And all of us have this memory issue. So we remember people based on the identity, and we should like based on their likes, dislikes, what is that is stored in them. And if for some case, if you happen to delete our memory, we might not even know who we are, and it is like erasing a memory card totally. So erasing memory will lead to obviously loss of identity is what I would like to convey here. And so, if our memory is our identity, how do we keep our memory intact without forgetting? So, the message is very simple here. There is no magic that's going to happen here. When it comes to memory improvement, there is only one thing, that is management. And Kevin Horsley in this book, Unlimited Memory, he says everyone's memory is unlimited. And with practice, one can actually strengthen it. When, supposing, for example, when someone who is fat and they suddenly lose weight, you keep asking them, you have 1,008 questions for them. You ask them, how did you do it? What did you do? What did you eat? What you did not eat? And there are so many questions, like you have a lot of questions to them. But at the same time, we hesitate to ask people who are really smart. We don't ask them, how are you smart like this? We really hesitate to ask them. So, uh, how they train, we don't go and ask them how they train their brain to be smart and how they are able to remember everything. It is just because it is invisible skill. And because we are not able to see it, we can't see how they are handling it. It's so invisible to us. So, uh, it is, however, we can strengthen. What I'm trying to say is, we can try to strengthen and train our brain and increase and build a good memory power. By doing so, that is, by strengthening our memory, our strengthening by doing this training, our memory power. We could learn skills. We can increase our memory power. We can learn skills, and we can remember all that we seem it is very important to us. So whatever is important to us, we can train our memory, and also not only remember, we can do much more with it. So how do we do this? Is this question? Now I will talk to you about uh, Kevin Horsley, what he actually, to prove that memory is a learned skill and not an inborn talent. I will tell you how Kevin Horsley's transformation happened. His success wasn't due to definitely luck, but a specific shift in mindset and method. Let's see how his struggle to mastery literally happened and how he got transformed. The struggle first. That is, the label of limited. That is, his early life. He was in a school when he was 8 years old. A school psychologist, identified that he had a. They labeled him as the psychologist labeled him as a brain. He's got a brain damage. So this was at the age of 8. and he might have a form of brain damage, and he suggested that he is sent to a special class or a special class where all such brain damaged students where they are then. So this psychologist suggested this way because he had a classic dyslexic. He had this classic dyslexic problem where he struggled to read, write, and concentrate. And academic failure in what happened, like at the age of 12 years of school, when he was 12 years, he was not able to read a book from cover to cover. That is, he cannot read a book. And that is by himself. Like what I meant is he cannot read a book by himself. He felt that he had no future, because he couldn't grasp things what has been taught by school, and he felt very bad that he felt that he was a very failure, and he was feeling literally bad. But the turning point, how it happened from gift to habit, like I will now share the core message here. Okay. The bookstore discovery in 1991, what he did, he bought 3 books written by Tony Buzan. And this book was on memory and memory and speed reading. And the second choice is he realized that memory is not an inborn talent, this first thing he did. The second thing is he realized that memory is not an inborn talent, but a habit that can be improved by training. So you keep training and your memory can be improved. So, becoming a student of the mind, what he does, he overcame his dyslexia. The problem, what he had, he overcame this by studying hundreds of books and also interviewing people who had great memories. So, he was constantly going, meeting people who had real good memory. So, he was just seeing them, trying to interview them, getting inputs from them. And the result was breaking the limits. So, the Grandmaster title in 1995, he competed in the World Memory Championship and he finished 5th overall and was awarded the title International Grandmaster of Memory. Just imagine, he was in dyslexia. He was a classic dyslexia is what he was termed as. And now he's got the Grandmaster title. And even more, the Everest of Memory. That is, he broke the world record by memorizing the first 10,000 digits of pi. Can't you imagine? It's unbelievable. In fact, this record, he crossed it, that is 14 minutes faster than the previous record holder. So just imagine where he is learning. That is, see, your brain basically it hates doing boring things, and it loves meaning, emotion, stories, and patterns. So Kevin just didn't memorize this 10,000 digits to get this Grandmaster or this Everest memory trophy. What he did, he trained us. That is, he used accelerated learning techniques. That is, these are all strategies. That is why he calls memory is not a skill, but a talent. So this is how Kevin transformed from someone who couldn't read a book to someone reading 4 books a week, or even learning in an hour what took months for others to complete. So he can complete a book in an hour's time. So the message is very simple here. There is no magic when it comes to memory improvement. There is only management. So Kevin says everyone's memory is unlimited. Sir, you'll have to tell me when I can, because I can keep continuing. If somebody can note the time and just tell me.
Carry on.
Hello?
You carry on, go ahead.
So, okay, sir, thank you. Kevin says everyone's memory is unlimited, and with practice, one can strengthen it. So when someone, and then generally what he uses, so how we are going to how we are going to do this, how this memory training and, enhancement is going to happen. Generally, our concentration will be high while listening to things that we like. Like reading things that we like, and with better concentration, whatever we do, it gets stored in our memory. That is where my curiosity to read this book happened. like I was not able to remember things that I was reading. And when I was doing my psychology, and I was not able to, when there were presentations to be given, and I was judged based on that. So I was not able to. I used to get scared. My mind was racing. So I was always panicking. Though I would have prepared, I would have really taken a lot of initiatives to prepare. But yet, at the time when the real situation comes, when I'm supposed to present the paper, at that time, I used to panic. So I thought, when I came across this book, I thought, okay, this is the book which I really need to read for me to come across or solve my limiting beliefs. So there are 4 C's. Now, I'll just make it very brief to in the first session. Like, there are 4 C's to remember things. 4 C's in the sense. The first is concentration. As I said before, anything consumed with concentration, it lasts for a long time in our memory. So, focus, avoid multitasking. And now I remember, when I say avoid multitasking, I remember Vasuji presenting the deep work book some time ago, maybe a month or so. So while presenting the book Deep Work, to be very honest, when Vasuji said, you'll have to be, you can't do, Vasuji hammered the myth that of multitasking while presenting the book Deep Work. And so I thought that, no, how can you can't just be focusing on one thing. You will have to do multitasking. This is not possible. So it was very hard to do, though it is a good idea. We can't just focus on one thing. The world is going so fast. We have to do multitasking. And this is what I thought so. But now, after reading this unlimited memory, finally gave, I strongly, now it is more, Vasu's words, those words are still more strengthened, that, this unlimited book, it has given me the tools to actually live it. What Kevin says, says, multitasking, it actually kills the memory. Every time we switch task, we create attention residue. So for unlimited memory, the most essential step is taking a single task. So do just one task. So, like while I'm presenting now, if anyone that side is texting and listening, so kindly just take it that you are ignoring both. Like, either you're not doing justice to me, or you're not doing justice to your texting also. So the result, what happens? Shallow work and poor memory. So memory, it loves focus, and focus loves single tasking. So one thing, one time, then move on. And our task is well accomplished, and it gets well registered in our mind. This is the first step. The second one is create imagery. So creating an image to remember what you want to remember. That is, supposing you want to say, for example, you're going to leave home, like you're going out somewhere. So, what else is, and what else do we do? Like, can someone say, maybe your wallet? So, how do you remember this? What you do is create an image. Okay. So before you leave, picture your phone. That is like, imagine as if your phone is, wearing your keys like a necklace. And picture that, and then, that is in the back of the phone backpack. Now, in your head, you would have, you would have, that is the image you would have created. And the phone is walking out of the door, like cling, cling. The keys will be dangling like this, and then in the neck, and the wallet. You will never forget this when you connect these 3 things. I'm just giving you a very small example. So when you remember these 3 things, when you picturize, so in this way, you try to, will you ever try to forget this image? I don't think you can. So you will remember this very vividly. Now, though it's only 3 items, see, it's actually 3 items. a silly picture, your phone carrying the keys like a necklace, and the the wallet as a backpack and all that. The image will be very silly, but you will never leave them behind again. So these three things you can never. And I'm just, you just creating an image. I'm just giving you a small example. So your brain will actually forget the words, but it remembers the pictures very well. And the third will be connecting the concept. Explain it with things that you know for better understanding. See, link to what you know, like that. Like, when you say that, oh, it is something like that. So when you connect like that, you remember, very well. Supposing I tell you, just for example, attention residue. When I say the word attention residue, over a period of, after some time you'll forget this. You might forget. At least a lay person like me might forget. So how will I bring it to remember? But if I say, supposing, it's like a toothpaste left in the sink after brushing the teeth. So when you say like this, now it sticks. You will never forget it. That your task is one more connection. If I want to explain, I can tell you the concept of a black hole. In case if you feel this silly, I can tell you a black hole. So to a researcher or a scientist, how you will explain the black hole, whereas to a child or a lay person, how a black hole will be explained. So relating a tough and unfamiliar concept with things that you are familiar with will help you understand much better. So this is the one. So you're not a tree. So what you should do is, you're not a, what I'm trying to arrive here is, if I don't like how my memory is working today, I have the power to change it. I will ask myself, how will I be without my excuses? Like, I have a lot of, I can't do this, I'm scared, how will I present? So all these things will, you know, I can always, given a chance, I can definitely change it. So let me follow. And if you are convinced, I welcome you also to follow this. Three methods. I make it very short because I wanted really to listen from Pinaki what he is going to present. So I've just made it very short today. Just these three C's, and by doing this, you can achieve most and more in your life. Oh, I guess the silence. Hello.
Yeah, we are all listening to you. Go ahead.
Listening, or it's 20 minutes over? Should I?
No, you don't need to restrict yourself for 20 minutes. Binal is there. She will be joining in another 5-10 minutes.
Okay. So, okay. Then, see, creating imagery and the continuous, and also one more thing, someone tells their name to you, your name, and then they would have already told their name in the beginning. And, if we forget it, you can always ask them to repeat it in the end. So you should like say, sorry, what's your name? You said, and then we shouldn't, ask, we should keep mentioning their name while thanking them or having them, whenever you wave at them, when you say bye to them. So again, you mention their name. So the more we use their name, the more we could remember it. So to keep something in memory, mention it frequently to remember. Like, for example, even this muscle memory, it works in the same way. Our hands, forget the routine, after a month of stopping, supposing we are doing some exercise and we stop it for some reason, we forget the pattern. And then there will be a bit of muscle memory, but the same applies to the brain's memory also. The memory will be very vague, but we know that it will, it will start. Okay, for example, the name, somebody by name, say, Sashikala. So it will start with Sa, but I don't, when I'm going to meet Sashikala for the first time, I might think that, okay, it's something, it will start with Sa, but I'll get stuck there. Hence, what we need to remember is we'll have to keep saying and practicing it. This is what I wanted to. And also in the case of a relationship, if you want to forget someone, this is a reverse technology, which reverse psychology, which I want to say. See, if you want to forget someone, get rid of things that reminds you of them. So in this case, it should not be there in front of your eyes. So it is just a reverse psychology. If this uh, practicing their name works, then even this reverse psychology also, this will also work out. Though we have many things at home, we use few things frequently, while we use the rest whenever needed. So we will have, supposing, the scissors, we'll have for safety a torch light at home. We'll have a scissor at home, a toolbox, a knife, everything. There is a place for everything. Supposing you put everything, club it together in a storehouse. You put it in the storehouse, and when you need it, you know how difficult it is for you to take it out from that. So likewise, the memory also has to be trained. The essential has to be kept it has to be kept, in a proper place. So this memory also, if we dump lot of unnecessary things in our memory, we tend to forget them very easily, is what I'm trying to convey here. And so what we consume is very important. And it is as difficult as, the essentials which I just mentioned, the knife and all that, picking out the essentials from a storeroom, like how difficult it is. Likewise, consume things that are just essential. And so that, if you do that, you can retrieve these information very effectively. And also, what we consume, what we talk to others, how we talk, what we see, and how we mingle, all these things influences our memory. So these days, we used to, earlier we used to say, don't judge a book by, not earlier, I mean, what I'm trying to say is, I used to always say that don't judge a book by its cover. And why I said earlier was, these days, this thumbnail you have, you want to see a picture, you'll go to the video and then just see a clipping. It's called as a thumbnail, and they are kept to attract viewers. So, and if you react to everything, we are just wasting our energy. So, like thumbnail, our brain is occupied by several thoughts. So, select one thought at a time, process it, watch one video, like just take one video, process it, and instead, if you keep reacting to every thought or every process, we will never have an understanding about ourselves. And only if we segregate and analyze thoughts, we'll have a clear way of understanding of ourselves. So we can do anything in our lives if we learn to control our thought. And once we learn to control our thought, we can do anything. So recent past, when I started to my workout, my, 2 days I used to go, and then my mind will give me various reasons for not going, excuses. So I will give 1,008 valid reasons. So that I won't work out today. But I could persistently follow it even now. If I tell my mind, no, let me do this, let me just push myself. So this is the mental power that is needed within me to complete any physical task. Uh, and sometimes if you don't have that mental power, like in the middle of the workout, I might try it, like, giving it up in push-ups. When I am nearing 13, I will feel like, giving up what you're trying to, I know it is difficult, but let me see if I am able to put that extra effort. So when I give that extra effort, and when I achieve, so I will tell my mind, see, though you told me to be careful, I was able to do it. So when I'm able to do it now, why not I do it in future? So this is how I keep training and controlling my mind to achieve whatever I do. I'm not able to hear you.
Yeah, so the book that you're talking about, what is that book?
Unlimited Memory by Kevin Horsley. How you train your memory.
How you train your memory.
This is very pathetic, Pinaki. After me coming to this, at least to an extent, fag, and you're asking me what is the name of the book. Have I not done justice?
Yeah, you moved so fast that I didn't notice that which book you're referring to.
Pardon?
I
I
just thought,
went
oh, let
fast.
me wait till.
Okay, so my concepts, whatever I conveyed was not clear. You'll have to correct me so that this is my first ever presentation. So,
No, no, it's okay. So this book is by Kevin Horsley. That's what you said, right?
yes, yes. So I will take the feedback from you where I mean, I was very fast in explaining.
Others can say. I was listening to you with all attention. So what you are talking about, the examples that you are.
I understand. See, I totally agree. I get what you're trying to tell me because this is my first ever presentation. And as I had already told you, my mind always races. So, the fear makes me speak so fast. This is what I'm trying to learn from this book. That is why I took this book also. I took this book just to know how to control my mind, how to stop my racing mind. This is the reason why I took this book. But maybe I'm just I've not completed the book. This is the first half of the book. There are a lot of strategies. This book has a lot of strategies. And structure. How there is a brain gym that is there in this book. So how you train your brain. So how you use the body method. There are a lot of methods how to come over your fear. So that how you train your foot. How do you give point out all areas in your body and how do you control your fear. So all these things are there. This is the next half. But again, I can't go through the entire book. I thought I can just do the first halves of the book. There are a lot of things and strategies to know more about from this book. So one is Pinaki, because Pinaki knows me very well. He can always, tell me, okay, maybe he can very easily identify my flaws. Maybe Nisha, Sashi, and few others, please guide me as to how I'm going to, correct myself and do my presentation much better with removing all the, flaws, whichever has been told by Pinaki. So just let me know where I can improve. If it is going to be the same thing, tell me that also. Then I'll work more on that.
So what are the three
Hi,
reasons
Padma.
that you recommend somebody to read this book?
Pardon me?
What are the three things that you will recommend somebody to read this book? Like if you recommend me to read this book, what
How
would
do
be
you
the
train
things
your
that I
memory?
must
Like
do?
how you don't, how do you keep track? How do you control your memory? How do you, overcome your limited beliefs? See, the thought process, that all your negative thoughts and these are all thought viruses. So how do you erase all that? So all these things is what been taught very beautifully in this book. And
You
these are
just
the
say
things to
one,
be.
say one, two, three. What are the three reasons that you would recommend
Three,
somebody to read this book? Three reasons that you will
yeah,
recommend
three
somebody
reasons.
to read this book.
Yes. Three reasons is how you focus, the concentration, how you're able to
Okay.
concentrate on a book or whatever you're doing on your task.
Okay.
So that is
That's
one.
one.
Second is connecting. Second is whatever you do, whatever you know, whatever you want to present, connect it to an image. So when you have an image, you can remember that more. So that is how do you remember things? That is the second one. Third is connecting, like how I did, like Vasuji, when he was talking about deep work and that connecting. I'm able to connect when I know when I said when I'm able to do this, when I'm reading this unlimited memory, I'm able to remember what Vasuji the other day he said. So that connected me more. Have a focus on one thing at a time. Don't do multitasking because multitasking kills. So multitasking is not to be done. Is this what? Is another learning. So these three are my core message from this book. As of now.
Thank you.
Yes, somebody told me hi. I'm so sorry.
Nisha, yes, please go ahead.
Nisha, come again, Nisha.
Hi, Padma. It was very good. I mean, I can't imagine me doing this, like the way you have presented, because I would need something
So
at
blessed.
least for me but as a memory marker or something like that. But I see like many people, they are able to talk about the book so well, and you are one of them. So you have given whatever you have given a short, some
Yes,
3 strategies or
yes,
whatever you said,
yes,
like,
yes,
so it
yes.
is, I'm able to relate to them. That's
Wonderful,
like
wonderful.
what you said, the first thing, stay focused, and then you said that to connect to a imagery, so you were giving the keys dangling and all that.
Yes,
So
yes.
that, I think that that is going to be my memory marker from now on. I'll be remembering that keys dangling and all. So it was nice. Only thing
And
is, I
yeah,
just want you to know, this is like, even in Bhagavatam, we tell you your internet connection, no. So sometimes we cannot hear like what you were talking about. So few of the lines we missed in between.
oh my God,
So
oh
I
my
just
God,
wanted to tell you then and there itself, but then I thought, okay, let you finish, and then
oh my God.
so
So
maybe I don't
that's
know,
a huge,
if you can, if you switch off the
even
video, does it
that's
work
a
well,
huge
or if not?
challenge to me, Nishad.
Sorry.
Of the reason, see, if my laptop was there, I would have had my book in front, and then I could have done little more justice. I do not have a book in front because with the laptop, with this
No,
mobile, I
I'm
can't
talking
have.
about the internet or whatever. I don't know the signal issue or your voice. It
Okay,
goes in between, like, because we lost you in between. At least for me, I don't know. Then maybe
okay,
it is my internet or what. So
okay.
I we should ask others also.
Others also.
That
Okay,
is
I
what
will
is my
correct that.
feedback.
I'll correct
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So
And
sometimes when I lose you, then I lose the track also, right? What example you were giving like that in between. So it
oh,
will
I'm
be
so
like that
sorry.
for me at
I'm so
least.
sorry.
No, why? You
I'm
don't have
really
to be sorry for that.
no, no.
Yeah.
I have to be because when I say I'm presenting, I have not done justice. If you had, if you had interrupted in between, maybe I would have changed to a different room and then because anyway, I'm only using my mobile, so I would have changed to a different room and I could have seen if I could have done little more
No,
input.
but the thing is, sometimes yesterday I was talking to someone, and then it found out that my internet was not working well. So
Okay,
I don't
okay,
know
I am
exactly where the issue was. So
okay,
I was hesitant to
okay, okay, okay,
interrupt you like that.
okay, okay.
So all in all,
Maybe
it was a
others
good
can.
presentation. Nice. Uh, what to say? Uh, you
Thank
have
you.
done justice according to me. That's what I want to
Okay.
say. That's it. Thank
Hope
you.
you're not partial.
No, trust me, yaar.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Because seriously need to improve. That's one of the reasons. Because this is, as I keep telling, I have to keep presenting more and more. So if you tell me, maybe I will work on this better next time. And
Yeah, the
so,
speed part, which because already Pinaki told, I didn't want to repeat it. So
okay. Okay.
the
In fact,
speed part you have to yeah.
this afternoon when I was talking to Pinaki, Mrs. Pinaki also, I couldn't. That is my huge problem, I keep talking. I don't give others chance to even talk. That is my problem, like I'm very fast in talking. I need to control that. That is, I'm able to recognize where it stems from, like it is because of fear. Because, like I understand why I'm doing this because I'm scared, like, what if I go? So that makes me, the fear is pushing me to, because whereas in Bhagavatam, you must have seen me, I'm very slow because I'm very confident in that place. When I do Bhagavatam, because that's my subject, I'm so confident and there, I think I won't rush like this at all. I'm very slow. So I can easily, there's a disparity. I can easily identify that. So I will correct that definitely.
Yes, all the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. My dear Sashikala,
Padma,
she's not
more
there.
than I was actually mesmerized by the way in which you were talking. So it was very nice.
Oh,
I was reminded
thank
of
you.
our college days where we used to discuss books, literature,
Yes, yes.
Shakespeare, Milton,
So
everything.
sweet. So sweet
Thank
of
you.
you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Maybe she will call me and give me all the negative feedback separately. That is the love she has for me. Maybe she doesn't want to let me down.
Would anybody would like to ask anything or to add anything to this before we move on to Binal? Good. So Binal, you are ready?
Yes, sir.
Please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Padma, for the wonderful sharing.
Thank you, Binal. Thank you so much.
Hi, team. So I will be sharing the deep work book today. I know it is repeated, but I'll try to give my angle towards that. So, why deep work? Actually, this book was the summarization I wanted to give it in 2025. That's why here it is 2025. But I would like to add here important point that I had that tendency of putting the goals towards 2024, say 25, 25, say 26. So it is always like, yes, 25 May, there are goals. I have to complete this. I have to complete this. And I was always on the loop of completing the things. But there were so many distractions, emails, social media that I was allowing it. So that's the reason my focus got totally out of control. And to make that control, yes, the team, Super Field team, has helped me with this book called Deep Work. And this really helped me to create a larger impact. So I'll share my angle, and I know it is repeated, but see how it can add value. I'm sure about it. So yes, success is not about what you do, but it's how you do. It's seen in the basket. We fill many things in the in our life in the box. Like if we want to do this, we want to do that. सोशल मीडिया पे भी एक्टिव रहना है, ऑफिस में भी कुछ अच्छा करना है, घर के लिए कुछ करना है, we wanted to add some new passion, we are buying new courses, so many things. And there is leakages of distraction, constant comparison, stagnation. So we are not building a life. Actually, we are building a life on a superstition. The foundation is not real. We are stacking the things, but are we really stacking things? There is a depth into it, right? We are adding the things, but we are not actually adding a real value of things, right? So it is very important. I know picture says 1,000 words, so I hope it is clear. Moving to the next, I'll give you one example which the author has said. Earlier in the 80s, एक ऑफिस था जहाँ पे everybody used to do a simple treadmill का and that job, and that did not require any skills or something. Just you need to pack the things, that's it. उसमें anyone who is trying to use some skills, they skills भी है, capital भी है, they are the owners. And जो skills है, they are exceptions, they are called engineers and others. So similarly, in this world, in this era, in the scrolling treadmill, you will see two categories of people. First is who is good at many things, and one which is good at one thing. Why? Because there's a scrolling treadmill. Naya kya hai? The real dunya, which has reduced the tension of the focus. From the kids to the adults, everyone is scrolling reels and the scrolling treadmill. We are just, मतलब हमें लगता है हमने बहुत कुछ किया है, but our mind is actually blocked. कुछ करने का ताकत बचता नहीं है. There is no deep level connections. Whenever we meet in the offices, outside, every cousins, everybody is in the phone. There is a constant comparison, and because of this, we are not hampering anyone. We are hampering ourselves. Negative self-talk, well-being, खराब हो रहा है, everything, right? So you wouldn't trade your hand for 1 lakh, right? Well, see, we need to value each and everything. Instead, we are valuing on the stack of things. So let's work on the top tier performance. So for that, I'll add 3 points, which is there in the book Awaken the Giant Within, which has a very good thing, like 3 things. What is creating a difference from elite to a normal person? These 3 things which is very important. First is what you are trying to focus. The 3 decisions that will control your destiny. First, what to focus on. Second, what things mean to you. Third, what to do to create the result you want. This is not in the slide, but this is very, very important. This will help you to navigate मेरा deep work कहाँ पे है, right? So the great restructuring, which path are you following? The deep minority, shallow masses, यार ये इससे जुगाड़ कर लेते हैं, उससे जुगाड़ कर लेते हैं, या फिर constant ability in the constant connectivity, ability to think. I know it's boredom, but it is very important. हम अपने लिए time ही नहीं निकाल पाते, right? Because focus is rare and rare is simple. सिंपल हमें करना नहीं, हमें कॉम्प्लिकेटेड चीज चाहिए. और व्हाट वी आर ट्रेडिंग ऑफ, व्हाट वी आर ट्रेडिंग ऑफ, हमें सुबह उठना है, वो हमें बोरियत होती है, बट यू नो लिविंग इन द मीडियोक्रिटी, वी लाइक क्या ठीक है, एंजॉय करना है, मस्त रहना है. सो व्हाट आर वी रियली ट्रेडिंग ऑफ? दैट्स इंपॉर्टेंट. Shallow work, what non-cognitive demand, logistics tasks, normal. So I remember author has given one more great example. While working in the office, आप जब भी काम करते हो, there's a KPI system, right? So just see the KPIs कहाँ पे आपने score किया है. Where you have not scored well, write down the things. Write down the things कि कहाँ पे क्यों score नहीं किया है, क्या गैप कहाँ पे है. चेक द गैप एनालिसिस. गो टू योर मैनेजर, आस्क देम what are the shallow work which you are doing. Can that be a delegated? Okay, what is the deep work? इससे मेरा KPI स्कोर में इम्प्रूवमेंट होगा. विल माई कैपेबिलिटीज इम्प्रूव? इस चीज से यू विल मूव फार फ्रॉम व्हाट you were earlier. Correct? So this is much important. So this is a difference between shallow work and deep work. And I have given one example कि जहाँ पे you will navigate how to go about from shallow work to deep work. And this is important, the neurology of focus. Why multitasking is a myth. जब हम डीप वर्क करते हैं, फॉर एग्जाम्पल एक चीज मैं रोज कर रही हूँ फॉर 10 मिनट्स गोइंग फ्रॉम 10 मिनट्स टू 12 मिनट्स, 12 मिनट्स टू 13 मिनट्स, 30 डेज का मैंने सिर्फ एक ही एक्टिविटी रखा है. कुछ भी हो जाए मुझे वर्कआउट करना है, वेदर आई एम टायर्ड, वेदर वॉट एवर आई एम डूइंग, आई एम मेकिंग द स्टैट्स आउट ऑफ इट. उससे मेरा इम्प्रूवमेंट होता है. एंड जब एक चीज आप अच्छी करते हो तो सेकेंड चीज भी अच्छी हो जाती है. I am able to do this, you will definitely able to do another things, and stack of things will follow, right? And if we are following, yes, to-do list, 10 to-do list, ये करना है यार, ये रह गया, let me leave that, I'm going to the another things. This will create a haywire. So it's important where we are focusing. So yes, author has given 4 things where we can work deeply. First rule is 4 rules कि हमें कैसे काम करना है. So 4 rules में से first is monastic. Monastic means shallowing all the obligation. मतलब सब कुछ एकदम बंद करना है और मुझे एक ही चीज पे फोकस करना है. This is also possible. जो हमारे लिए अच्छा है वो हम लोग चूज करेंगे, राइट? ये फर्स्ट है. सेकेंड इज रिदमेटिक, मतलब रिदमिक मतलब मैंने एक सेट करके रखा है, 5 o'clock उठ के मैं ये सारी चीजें करूंगी और ये सारी मैं रोज करूंगी. आई एम एडिंग ऑन द कैलेंडर. इस तरीके से आई एम गोइंग ऑन. एंड बाय मॉडल, दिस इज ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि मैंने एक 40 मिनट्स का एक स्टैक्स बना के रखा है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, फॉर व्हाट आई हैव डन इज while going for a lunch, I have made 4 blocks of 40 minutes का on a daily morning. 8:30 I have a login time, तो 8:30 to 1 o'clock तक मैंने 4 stacks रखे हैं. 4 टैग्स में डीप वर्क करूंगी. आई विल नॉट टेक अ फोन, आई विल नॉट डू एनीथिंग. जो मेरा काम है उस पे मैं फोकस करूंगी. बाद में ही आई विल गो एंड हैव अ लंच. सो दिस इज द वर्क विच आई एम डूइंग. एंड फोर्थ इज जर्नलिंग, जर्नलिस्टिक. मैंने स्क्वीज करके रखा है, मैंने फ्री अवेलेबल ब्लॉक टाइम रखा है फॉर एवरीथिंग. अगर वो किया है और वो मेरे लिए वर्क करता है, डेफिनेटली दैट शुड बी राइट. So find your deep work philosophy and do what is best for you. Execute like a business. आप एक बेबी और एक बिजनेस को लेके आप किस तरह से एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे? थिंक एज यू आर योर बिगेस्ट मेंटर. अगर आप टोनी रॉबिन्स होते तो आप इसको एग्जीक्यूट कैसे करते? आप लीड मेजर्स पे कैसे काम करते? एक है लैग और एक है लीड. आउटपुट मुझे नहीं मालूम कैसा आने वाला है, बट व्हाट इज इन माय हैंड? टाइम मेरे पास है, एक्शंस मेरे पास है. उसकी अकाउंटेबिलिटी इफ आई एम क्रिएटिंग, डेफिनेटली मैं स्कोर कार्ड क्रिएट करके दिस आई कैन एग्जीक्यूट इट वेरी नाइस. सो क्रिएट अ रोल मॉडल. अगर किसी और को नहीं बनाना है तो खुद का एक रोल मॉडल बनाओ. एंड कीप योरसेल्फ, योर इमेजिनरी इमेज इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू. हैव अ विजन बोर्ड. मुझे ये बनना है. ये अगर बीनल है तो ये बीनल कैसी होगी? She will be what kind of activities she will be doing. So accordingly she will take that action, right? How she will execute if she will be this change the ये पूरा scenario change कर देगा. So the be lazy shutdown. Everybody, like I was also one of the thing. I'm always saying, यार नहीं मैं busy हूँ, ये नहीं होगा, वो नहीं होगा. Instead, I'm taking out a time. नहीं, मेरे पास time है. Let me do this. एंड जितनी भी रिचुअल है, ये जब मेरा काम है, मैं जो चीज पे फोकस कर रही हूँ, आई एम नॉट अलाउिंग एनीबडी टू कम ओवर देयर. मैंने वो डाला हुआ ही है. कीप दैट बाउंड्रीज फॉर यू. एम्ब्रेस बोर्डम्स. यस, बोर्डम्स एम्ब्रेस करो. इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट. आप वॉक करने चाहते हो, ऐसे ही जाओ. जरूरी नहीं है ईयरफोन्स लो, राइट? फिक्स योर शेड्यूल. जहाँ पे जाना है आपको, बैडमिंटन पसंद है, डू वॉट एवर यू फील लाइक. So embrace that. That is also important. Internet आप बंद कर दोगे तो you will get 10 more ideas how to work on it. And this is very very important. And this is rare, you know. सारे जन तो फोन में है, हम अलग है ना. Let's do that. Yes, this is most difficult for me again. Definitely you could try. मैंने इसका टाइमर सेट करके रखा है, विच ऑथर ऑल्सो सजेस्टेड, कि एकदम से बंद करना इट इज रियली डिफिकल्ट एंड चैलेंजिंग. तो उल्टा मैंने इसको 40 मिनट्स का टैग करके रखा है. बिकॉज कहीं पे भी जाते हैं, वेदर वी आर इन द लाइन, वेदर वी आर इन द ट्रेन, कहीं भी जाते हैं, फोन और ये व्हाट्सएप तो ऑटोमेटिक आ ही जाता है. बिकॉज वी आर वायर्ड दैट. तो हम अपने वायर इस तरह से किया है, तो बेटर है मैं डिस्ट्रैक्शन को भी वायर करती हूँ, मैं फोकस को वायर कर रही हूँ. लाइक व्हाट आई एम डूइंग इज फ्रॉम माय फोकस टास्क, इफ आई एम नॉट वायरिंग कि मुझे इसको कितना टाइम देना है, देन आई एम एक्चुअली इनवाइटिंग कि कचरा आए मेरे दिमाग में जाए, वही चीजें बाहर निकल रही. वॉट एवर यू आर इनपुटिंग इज वॉट आउटपुट जा रहा है, राइट? सो बेटर है, लेट अस डू दिस टेस्ट फॉर 30 days. No social media. This is what author is suggesting. But for me, it is challenging. So I will limit my social media. कि आज मैंने 40 minutes किया है, let me do it for 30 minutes. I'm doing a reverse engineering over here. So just see what works out. फिर ड्रेन द शैलोज. अब टाइम ब्लॉक करके रखो कि अपने अपने टाइम पे मुझे क्या करना है. एग्जैक्टली एवरी मिनट करना डिफिकल्ट है, चैलेंजिंग है, बट एक 25 मिनट्स का आप ब्लॉकर रख सकते हो कि हाउ मेनी मंथ्स आई विल टेक. मुझे ये अगर रिसर्च एनालिस्ट का एग्जाम देना है तो मुझे इसके लिए कितना टाइम लगे. राइट डाउन द रिसोर्सेज व्हाट यू विल नीड. एंड उसके लिए ये जब तक नहीं होता है, मुझे दूसरा कोई टास्क करना ही नहीं है. I will not allow myself to go into a distraction, कितना भी अच्छा क्यों ना हो. No, my priority is right now for research analyst and I will work only for them. This is the only thing. So this is the hard stop which you can do it. High quality produced, simple formula, time spent into intensity of focus. अगर मुझे रिसर्च का एग्जाम देना है, मैंने मेरा फोकस जहाँ पे 25 मिनट्स था, मैंने 40 मिनट्स बढ़ा दिया, राइट? 40 मिनट्स का 45 मिनट्स मैंने रेगुलर बेसिस पे बढ़ाती गई आई इन नो टाइम मेरा उसमें एक्सपर्टीज हो जाएगा एंड वो काम मेरे से अच्छा कोई नहीं कर पाएगा। ऐसा मैं कोशिश कर सकती हूँ। मैं ऐसा कर रही थी, मैं अपने आप को ऑलरेडी एक अपस्किल कर चुकी हूँ। तो दिस इज हाउ यू विल वर्क, राइट? यस, ये 26 डीप मैनिफेस्टो प्लग द लीक्स, मतलब जो भी सुपरफिशियल स्क्रोलिंग हम कर रहे थे उससे हमें कुछ मिलने वाला नहीं है। बेटर विल स्टॉप दैट एंड टॉक्सिक कंपैरिजंस। वी आर द बेस्ट वर्जन ऑफ आवरसेल्फ। हमने जो भी किया है, हमने सारे रिसोर्सेज बैठ के हमारे पास जो बेस्ट है उसमें किया है। दूसरे लोग जो आगे कर रहे हैं करने दो, दे आर ऑन द मे बी चैप्टर 9 और पेज 9, वी आर ऑन द चैप्टर 2 मे बी। दूसरी चीजों में हम आगे हैं, तो कंपैरिजन के लिए देयर इज नो पॉइंट, वी आर जस्ट बेस्ट ऑन आवरसेल्फ, राइट? सो स्टॉप दैट कंपैरिजन, इट इज नॉट गिविंग यू एनीथिंग। इंस्टेड इफ कंपेयर करना ही है तो अपने आप के साथ करो, कहाँ मैं पहले थी अब मैं कहाँ हूँ, right? So take that importance for your own health, for your own sleep, and once you move your body, the things change automatically. क्योंकि जो हमें कंपैरिजन के जो हार्मोन्स रिलीज होते हैं वो हमारे एक्सरसाइजेस से चले जाएंगे. So let's switch to the good habit. Right? So shut down the social media, disconnect at night. ये हम कर सकते हैं. These are the things which we can do. ट्रेन शैडोज टाइम ब्लॉक करके मैंने ऑलरेडी रखा है, मुझे किस किस चीज पे करना है. एंड वर्क डीपली, यस दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि ट्रैक योर आवर्स एंड नॉट द आउटपुट. ये मैं हमेशा से मिस्टेक करती थी. एवरी डे आई एम राइटिंग कि मुझे मेरा टू डू लिस्ट क्या क्या करना है, एंड एवरी डे आई एम सीइंग यार ये मेरा नहीं हो पा रहा है. तो वो नेगेटिविटी मैं लेके सोती थी. दैट वाज वेरी वेरी चैलेंज. इंस्टेड नाउ आई हैव आइडेंटिफाइड दिस. मैंने 5 मिनट्स का ब्लॉक किया है कि मैंने किया 5 मिनट्स बुक पढ़ी, 5 मिनट्स सीख लिया. वो 5 मिनट्स का 15 कब हो गया, 15 का 25 कब हो गया. इट हैज रियली चेंज्ड. सो आई एम जस्ट ट्रैकिंग माय आवर्स इंस्टेड ऑफ my outputs, and this has changed the intensity of how I want to live my life. Thank you so much.
Interesting, Binal. The presentation itself was awesome. And I just want to thank you for taking out time to be here this evening. I know what you were going through in the last 1 hour. Yet, you took the courage to be here. And wonderful, wonderful presentation.
Thank you, sir.
You know, actually, you created an example of deep work in last 1 hour to be here in this session. Whereas you were in a trap of shallow work before when we were just having the discussion. So proud of you.
It's all because of you. वरना आज भी मैं नहीं आ पाती. I'm just in the office clothes only and just doing this.
It's not because of me, it's because of you. You took the courage to take the action, that's it, period. And you made it happen. See, this is how life works. You know, life always gives you past experiences. It reminds you of your past experiences that you couldn't do it in the past, so you can't do it now also. And what happens that, see, you know what worries are? Worries are all about things which are yet to happen. Things that are yet to happen. Worries are not about past. Worries are all about things which are yet to happen. And let me connect the dots with what Padma was talking about, fear. You know, fear, where does the fear stays? Fear always stays in the future. You never find fear in the past. It is always there in the future. And fear or worry are connected to each other. Now, kya hoga, what's going to happen, that leads you to two kinds of mindset. One is a mindset of being fearful, and another mindset of being excited. So what's going to happen? That thought either leads you to fear or it leads you to excitement. So when it leads you to fear, it's a definite outcome of worry. But when it leads you to excitement, it's a definite outcome of a projection that you are already making for yourself, that despite whatever is going to happen, I will be there. And I will make it. So it's easy to identify whether I'm in a fear trap or I'm in a excitement vehicle. कहाँ पे हूँ, on where I am right now. So if you're in the fear trap, you're stuck. If you're in an excitement vehicle, then means you're moving. And the funny part is that when we connect to our past, we get into the fear trap. But when we look forward to the future with one single thought that forget about past, what happened in the past, because it has already happened. It's not going to recur. It's not going to happen again. The place is different, the situation is different, the people are different, so there is no possibility it's going to happen the same way. It may happen a similar way, but it may not happen in the same way. In fact, if you observe, it has never happened the way it happened in the past. So
I forgot to add one more point which I wanted to highlight, and this is a reminder to me while I was reading the book deeper. अगर आप जो काम कर रहे हो वो अगर ग्रेजुएट कर सकता है तो आपकी जरूरत नहीं है. This was a eye opener for me while I was doing multiple things. I was a master in the shallow work. So I'm like, ये भी आता है, ये भी आता है. I'm an all-rounder. That was the thing. I'm like, no, yeah, this can be done by graduate as well. ये 5वीं पास का बच्चा कर सकता है, 12th पास का कर सकता है. आप कौन सा काम कर रहे हो जो 5वीं पास वाला कर रहा है? And that made a realization and shift within me कि नहीं यार ये नहीं चलेगा. बाकी लोग करना है करने दे. I don't care. I will be a part of 25% or 15% people. 85% will be a scrollers and government will give a basic amenity. So I don't want to be a part of simple as that. And that changed me. So I just wanted to highlight. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So you just catch yourself. When you're in the fear trap, the actions that you are taking will keep you there. When you're in the excitement vehicle, excitement bus, then you are actually moving. So when you are moving, there's a possibility that you can generate motivation, you can generate momentum, and that momentum will take you forward. So the difference, what you are talking about is when you're in that fear trap, you are forced to focus on shallow work. वहां पे कुछ करना ही नहीं, आप बैठे हो चुपचाप. When you're in that excitement bus, you have no choice but to be in the deeper mode. आपके पास कोई choice नहीं, because then you're driving the bus. You are the driver of the bus. You cannot focus on shallow work when you are driving your bus. You have to be extremely in a deep work state. You have to observe what people are doing around you so that you can drive your bus comfortably to the destination when you're looking forward. So just catch yourself. कहाँ पे हो? So that's wonderful. Yes, who would like to ask any questions? You can ask me now.
I just want to say, Binal, it was a wonderful presentation and the slides were so, so beautiful to see. And I was like, तुम्हारी बातों से ज़्यादा I was like looking at the slides. कैसे मतलब whatever you have, how you have done it and all. And one thing stayed with me is like you said about social media, right? So I just want to share, like, I didn't quit social media entirely, but then I think I was using a lot of Instagram. So 1 month I took a break of it, and then it was successful. Just like yesterday or day before yesterday, I just installed it again back. So 1 month I was able to control myself. I was out of Instagram. So that really helps, and that's how, like, I feel I was able to give more time to reading group. I feel I was more focused on our group messages and all like that. Earlier I used to like how you said, scroll more in Instagram like that. So it was like that. So that I just wanted to share, and it that point was very relatable to me. Thank you so much. And really, it is now I feel that I should read the book Deep Work. So thank you.
Wonderful. Nisha, मैं आपको एक बहुत अच्छा टिप दे रहा हूँ. You know, Instagram ho ya Facebook ho ya WhatsApp ho, listen to this what I'm saying right now, very carefully. Every time you buy a mobile, you pay them. So it's not coming to you for free. Every
Yes.
time you buy a new mobile handset, all these software are preloaded. They are preloaded because you have paid for it. It adds to the cost of the mobile phone. Okay, so it's not free for you. पहली बात तो ये है कि अगर आपको लग रहा है it's free for you, no. The cost is exceptionally high. If a mobile phone costs you 10K, the part of the hardware is 3K. The remaining 7,000 is all the software that are loaded there. So every time you buy a new phone, you are paying Gmail, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram. हर एक का बार बार पैसे दे रहे हो every time you are buying a new phone. Okay, it's not that one time. Number one. Number two, these people are not sharing any product or their platform with you for free. They are definitely making money. If they fail to make money, then that app will not be available to you anymore. Okay, so like you have to be ruthless with yourself. That's how I am ruthless with myself. When I just scroll through social media, I ruthlessly ask myself how much money I am making right now by doing whatever I am doing. The owner of the app is definitely making money.
Yes.
So you really, really, really need to be ruthless with yourself. And one of the best ways to being ruthless with yourself is that ask yourself how much money you are going to pay to use that app for that duration. Easiest way is, for example, like if every minute costs you 1 rupee, and if you are scrolling social media for half an hour, that means you have spent 30 rupees just watching something which probably you didn't want to do.
Yeah.
तो अपना प्राइस आप खुद सेट करो, whether you want to keep it 1 rupee per minute or 10 rupee per minute. So if it is 10 rupee per minute, that means you have spent 300 rupees.
Yes.
And if it is 100 rupees per minute, that is 3,000 rupees. Ask yourself, कल अगर आपको, if Instagram tomorrow tells you that if you want to scroll, you have to pay 1 rupee every minute you scroll, and that amount will be deducted from a wallet. You have to keep that money in that wallet. What is the possibility you will use Instagram for scrolling?
No, actually, here, I mean, as I'm staying in Europe, so here, if you want to use without ads, there is a subscription fee. Like when I was installing
That is
Instagram on my
that
phone,
is
so they
everywhere.
are giving like that. But in India, they won't ask even like that, right? Here,
No, that is
whenever you are
everywhere.
installing, they will ask you.
Even India
It's
also you
like
have
that.
that same plan. They have plans for going ad free. Everybody
Okay.
are going ad free. India is
Okay.
a mass market, so chalta hai. It's like if you want to stay ad free, you can always subscribe.
Okay, because I didn't know about that like when I was in India.
Point
Here,
is
because
that
when I was doing it, here the GDPR rules are very strict, right, in European countries. So uh, I found like they are asking it like, do you want to, in between, sometimes also they message like, do you want to use with ads or without ads, like that. So
yeah, even then. So if you want to see it with
yeah.
ads, you're still paying, right? You might be feeling that I'm not paying, but you are paying with your time, and your time is
Yes,
money.
yes, definitely, yeah.
So if they run it without ads, and if they even tell you that every time you watch it, even for a minute, an amount of money will be deducted from your wallet, will you still do that?
Of course not.
That is what you need to ask. That why I am doing what I am doing, is it really worth it? Challenge ये है कि like we have plenty of time with us, many of us, and we wonder what to do with this time. And when you are wondering what to do with this time, that is the time you get into that trap. You're worried. What do I do with this time? Because you are not on an excitement bus. You're not the driver. So you're in a worry. You're in a worry trap, the fear trap. What should I do with this time now? If I don't do this, then what? If I don't watch this, then what? Kind of. Like Padma was sharing this book. I confirmed her book. I asked her what are the 3 points. I checked on Amazon. The book cost 248 rupees. I got some additional discount also. I purchased it immediately. You're getting my point.
Yes,
This
yes.
is what
Like
I'm
I
talking.
was not simply scrolling, but that, yeah, I understand your point, and that is what I like about your point. And now that whenever you talk, I am like, time is money. That is like now fixed with me because of you. I mean, thanks to you. So
You can take it to another level. Like time is money, you can
yeah,
take it to another level. This is attention is money.
yeah,
So whatever I am paying attention to, whatever I'm paying, is it really worth it? और इसको connect करने का सबसे आसान तरीका, the easiest way to connect the dots is connect it with money. You just evaluate it. That had I been in a position, for example, you are having an argument with somebody, and then that person said, okay, you can argue with me, but for every minute you have to pay me 1 rupee. How long will you continue that argument? Because time is free. That's why you're having that argument, right? Somebody
yeah.
brushed my car when I was driving. What is the point arguing with that guy? Sometimes you will feel that, okay, I must teach him a lesson. What is the difference you are going to do? He might do the same thing after another 10 minutes or maybe after 10 days. You are not watching that person, right? Are you following that person with a CCTV camera? That after you gave him a lesson, he is following you? No. You ask yourself how much my time is valuable.
Yeah, true.
Is
And
it worth
before I
our
forget, I just
time
wanted
or
to say one thing to you, Pinaki. Your video, I mean, I just happened to see your status and you were singing so lovely. I mean, that it was very good. Like I love singing, so I was able to be. I forgot to message you about that, but it was really nice. Your singing was very good. I think it was an old video somewhere you have put
It's a old
recently.
video. It was almost 3 years old. So I was in a Brahma Kumari uh, program. It was a retreat, 3 night retreat, 3 day retreat. I was there. It was in Gyan Sarovar, Mount Abu.
And I
So
love the way you connect a few things with the songs, right? You do it like sometimes I have seen, like I don't see the status every day, but sometimes I have seen, so that I think I would have liked also, maybe if you have seen like that. So sometimes when I see and I like it, I just put the heart button like that. So thank you so much. And I like to drop now. My daughter needs to.
wonderful, wonderful evening, ladies and gentlemen. So Binal, awesome.
Pinaki, just 1 minute only. I
Yes,
had
yes,
lots of
yes.
learning from you. Just had a point. Like Nishaji was mentioning about GDPR, in India also we have this DPDP coming into force, Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023. So all of us should know about it. And so it's in there in place actually. That's the point I wanted to make. Thank you, Pinaki.
Absolutely. Wonderful. And Padma, thank you so much for this wonderful session. You encouraged me to buy the book. That's why I asked you what are the 3 reasons that you want somebody to read this book. So when you talked about those 3 points,
I think
I found
Padma is not there in the call.
anyway, she can listen to the recording. So
Okay, okay.
see, that's the advantage of the recording. So when I speak, I assume that they are all there. And one of the reasons why I invite people to listen to the recordings is that particularly when you are doing the speaking, you must listen to the recording. You must listen to what you said, how you said, what was going on in your mind, what is going in your mind right now, how you connect the dots. So it's all about the person who is speaking. So I invite everybody to speak. About the PCV session, you must speak, so that when you listen to the recording, even you speak for 1 minute, listen to the recording and observe what you said, how you said, what you wanted to say, and what you actually said. And that way you can improve your communication skills without even knowing that you are improving your communication skills. So that's it. Thank you so much. Wonderful session. It's 21:21. Wonderful timing right now. Let's disperse. And Sunday morning, let's meet again with the beautiful book, The Power of the Heart. All right. Good night.